So welcome to Suitcase Divas podcast. This is episode 40. My name is Denise Diabaldi with Redbirds Travel.
And I'm Cheryl Garcia with ABCD Adventures.
Yeah, so this week, guys, we are going to be talking about a really cool place just outside of Charlotte in Concord, where we are. This could definitely be a day trip for anybody within driving area from here. So Gibson Mills Mall. It's actually a little bit of everything. Gibson Mill. What happened was it was started in 1899, so it's a big area, lots of space. Used to be a big textile mill area, and then it closed in 2003. So it was kind of a bummer because they used to manufacture mattresses, I believe, which we'll get into when we talk about the antique mall. But they closed in 2003 and it sat there vacant. And then these four friends are like, this is such an amazing area, such a vibrant part of Concord. If we could remake this into something that would help everybody, that everybody could come to, it would be amazing. So it serves the community as a gathering spot. It's got a food hall, craft brewery, retail, office space, all kinds of cool things. And one of our favorite things, I do really enjoy it, is the antique mall. It's called the Depot at Gibson Mill. And so this kind of goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning. So for 100 years, the historic plant produced fine American bedding. But then as the global economy shifted, the manufacturing jobs went to like China, India, things like that. And then the plant went silent. But after the friends decided like I said, like 75,000 square feet of retail space or just open space. So they decided to make an antique mall. And there's also a deli inside. And it's actually the largest antique mall in the South, and it has over 750 booths. And I've been in there, and it's really neat to walk around. There's all kinds of old school cookware and signs, and they've got jewelry booths. They've got lots of fabric. If you're into sewing and stuff like that, they have tons of fabric and things like that. And have you ever been there, Cheryl?
I have, and it is so unique because
it's a little overwhelming, right?
It's very overwhelming, and each booth is unique because they some of the things are consignment. I was like co-signed, but like they had a really good section for baseball sports cards, and even like all those collectible cards we used to collect.
They also have a lot of vinyl, like old records,
a lot of decor,
cassettes.
old retro board games and toys. And I remember seeing a really old car seat that I had never seen before. So just to go, it's almost like a museum. You could pretty much go in there and look at it and be like, wow, this is me. It's really nice. I will say though, it is not necessarily wheelchair friendly. Some of the areas to get through. So just
tight.
Keep that in mind. Tight. Yeah, they are. The aisles are tight. The booths are tight. So that is kind of like one thing I will say, but the people are super friendly, and it's, like I said, a museum. Go there and just spend the day looking around.
And their prices are pretty reasonable. And I've gotten jewelry there before, and I've never tried the deli, but the deli always smells amazing. I know they only serve boar's head meat and cheese, which is higher end. And they make all different kinds of sandwiches and stuff like that. And they've even got their own but it's definitely old school too. It's like a couple picnic table type of sitting, and you go and order your food and then come back and sit.
I don't even remember that. I can't picture in my head where that is in the antique mall in the layout, because I just remember going through all the booths and all like
it's off to the side. It's in where you would find all of the material and sewing area.
Okay.
But you'll smell it when you walk in there. It smells amazing, like fresh bread. I've never eaten there before, but it smells amazing. So that's the Depot.
Yeah, and then that leads us into, they also have, this is a huge property with it consists of a couple of different buildings, and it's all walkable. You park in one spot and you can visit all of this. One of the things they have is the Auto Barn Classic Cars. I have seen this sign and wanted to stop in there multiple times. I've yet to do it, but it's a sales, consignment, and storage for classic cars and collector car for storage. And it was started by a couple here in Charlotte who were collectors. And their mission is to create a difference in the industry by providing a simple way to market your collector car to mass audience. So if you're into that, and I believe you told me that they do car shows as
They
well.
do some car shows up there. Yep. Nick's been to like the coffee and cars or whatever over there. They do have occasionally car shows and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a neat little place, especially if you like classic cars.
Yeah.
So then, like I said, this place is huge. So we're just gonna bounce back and forth with all of these amazing places. So Barco's Sports and Seafood. They offer seafood, non-sandwiches, raw bar, like oysters and stuff, nachos, made from scratch pasta. So they're a neighborhood hangout. They have like 20, it's kind of like a sports bar. You go in there and they have like 20 screens, all different things playing baseball, football, all that good stuff. And then there is also like whatever that machine is where you can pay money to play your own whatever music you want playing throughout the
like the jukebox.
Yeah, the jukebox. They have that too. I will say they have something on their menu called Big Ass Nachos, and you can get it with chicken or steak. And when I say it's like a huge tray of nachos that could easily feed 3 or 4 people. I think it's $20, but it can feed like 20, not 20 people, but at least 4 people. And it's got like chicken and all the queso and the yummy chips. So, and the owner's super nice. Every time I go in there, I have a good time. They used to have haddock. I'm a little sad that they switched to cod, but it's a great restaurant, especially if you like raw oysters and seafood and like that. They have crab legs, king crab legs, all that good stuff. So definitely worth checking out. And they have
the connected arcade, which is super cute.
Yeah, you just send your kids to the arcade and then you drink and watch at the sports bar. It's a win-win.
Right? Yeah. So that leads us to Cabarrus Brewery. And if you haven't noticed, we're going in alphabetical order of their directory because, again, this place is huge. And Cabarrus Brewery is located in a different building than the Antique Mall. So
it's very big.
And it's one of the first places I've been to in the Gibson Mill community, I'm going to call it. Cabarrus Brewery was the first full-scale craft brewery in Concord in Cabarrus County. Here's what they say. They say, we strive to meld local history, character, and traditions with locally produced craft beer. And I know I'm not a beer person, but everybody I know who is, especially like my brother-in-law, he makes his own beer. He's got this whole setup. He always talks about Cabarrus Brewery. So
they are a really great brewery. They really are. And they started off much smaller and they've grown exponentially.
Right.
They used to just be like a little brewery. Love that it's dog friendly, so you can bring it's leash friendly. But they have little watering bowls for your dogs, and they do all kinds of music events and outdoor friends. They have cornhole. They have food truck Fridays. I've been there for food truck Fridays, and they used to just have a little not even their own bar. It used to just be food trucks, but now they actually have an in-house bar that you can order off the menu and stuff.
Like a little kitchen?
Bar, restaurant, a kitchen, a little kitchen. Yeah. So of course they've got the bar because it's a brewery, but yes, they used to only have like, you could just order food from the food trucks, but now they have an in-house kitchen too. So I've been there plenty of times.
And they do have a lot of events. Like she said, live music, dance lessons, yoga, open mic nights, the run club, which I know some people that have been involved in that. And they do a lot in their community. Their run club actually got together and cleaned up the streets around. I mean, it's an amazing little brewery. It's not little, but brewery, local, I should say.
Yeah,
brewery.
I was going to say it's not little, but it is local. And they even do like some craft, I forget what they call it, but it's essentially like 20, 50 vendors come with their little, like your
like a vendor fair. Yeah, they do that.
They do vendor fair
a couple times a year. Yeah.
Yep. So there's a lot going on at Cabarrus Brewery at any given day.
Right. So that's going to take us back inside to what another section of the Gibson Mill area is the market, Gibson Mill Market. And this is more like a food court of some sort. It's absolutely gorgeous. But that leads us back to Kara's Cookies. Tell us about Kara's Cookies, Denise.
Oh, so this breaks my heart a little bit, but it's a good cause, and Alex has had their cookies and they're delicious. So what began as a way to say thank you to donors at fundraising events, the popular cookies inspired Jennifer Hamilton and her family to create a cookie company that will donate a portion of their profits to charity. So Jennifer's daughter, Cara, died of terminal brain tumor at just 50 days old. So she created this nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide support for services for parents whose infants have been diagnosed with terminal diseases. So while it's a kind of a sad story, it's a great organization and they've got delicious products, and I would definitely support them, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. And they have a cute setup. They're one of the things that's really unique, I think, about the Gibson Mill Market, which is, like I said, the food court. And we'll make sure we mention which ones are in the food court. Each restaurant or bar, or like in this case, the cookies, all of their storefronts, if you want to call it that, are so unique to each one. It's
Yeah.
not counter like if you were to walk into a
It's not
typical
cookie
food court.
cutter. Yeah.
Yeah, each restaurant or each service, that it's very personalized to them. It's like being in tiny little storefronts with each one. So the whole atmosphere of the market
It's
is so
beautiful.
nice. Yeah.
Charming. Yeah.
Which that takes us to Churn Buddies, which is also located in the Gibson Mill Market. And Churn Buddies makes scratch-made ice cream cakes, and ice cream novelties. And they are located not far from actually Kara's Cookies, I believe,
Right.
right off to the side. But they've got a lot of unique things. So definitely make sure you check out if you like handmade ice cream and ice cream snacks.
And do they do coffees as well or no?
They do not.
Just they're just
It's just
basically ice
yeah,
cream.
it's ice cream and
You
ice
can't go
cream.
wrong with ice cream though.
Right?
Seriously.
Yeah. I think they do have like milkshakes. Maybe they do here. I think they do. Because they had another location as well. I don't know if they kept both and this is just part, but I've been to the other location before. I haven't been in a while. I've been to this one since then, so I'm not sure if both of them are still open.
Yeah. But so churn buddies and the ice cream and all that good stuff. So the next one is City Club at Gibson Mill. Now that is in the front and center. And essentially this is just a big, huge venue for leisure and business. You can do weddings, fashion show, birthday parties, proms. Nick's business NTT did a work party, like a Christmas party there, and it was all beautifully catered and lit up and stuff like that. So and I think you said you've been there too, and some of our proms have been there, the kids' proms in
Both
high
my
school and middle
daughter's
school.
proms were hosted there, and I went there for a Roaring Twenties event, and it was gorgeous. So it is a
Nice.
very beautiful location to host something.
Yeah, and they even, yeah, like I said, they've got weddings and all that good stuff. So that's just a big, good rental venue for anything.
So here's one that I like because I love coffee. So back inside the Gibson Mill Market is Defined Coffee. They're roasting and serving specialty coffee. They've opened their doors in 2018, and their goal is to have a better experience for our community. So they essentially offer, it's a really cute little location as soon as you walk in, a different variety.
It smells heavenly.
Yes.
Coffee smells so good when it's brewing.
You can't go wrong with coffee. And having that front and center when you walk in. And they do open earlier than everything else in the food court, or I'm not going to call it food court, in the food market, because it's definitely not a food court. It's a step up above that.
Much more elevated. Yeah.
Yes. So if you're looking for some place they have wonderful places to set out on tables, spread out. They have outlets everywhere. So if you were to go and grab a coffee, maybe even grab, if Kara's is open with a pastry, go sit down and maybe do some work. It's a great little place to go and get out of the house and chill and do some work.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we have Gianna's Trattoria, which is a lovely Italian restaurant. So the premise here, and they actually used to be located in downtown Concord, and we've been to like Mom's Club things there and banquets and all that stuff. But downtown Concord is being completely renovated, and we're making it more like pedestrian friendly.
Yeah.
So they decided, instead of like eat it for like 2 years while this is all going on, they decided to take this time to move over to this location. And it's actually an amazing location. And this is more of your like fancier sit down restaurant. So it says they originally opened their doors the 4th of November 2008. Prior to Gianni, it says Heather Stadler, I guess is who owns it. So she relocated down from New York. And they opened the neighborhood Italian restaurant, and it's an interpretation of European style cuisine. So like I said, we've been there before. It's delicious, and it's kind of like that's their whole premise is a neighborhood restaurant, Italian restaurant, and it's delicious. So I definitely would recommend that as well.
Yeah, I haven't been to this location since they've moved, but when they were in downtown, it's a very family friendly, like family feeling style when you go in, which it it's got that authentic Italian family feeling when you go into
Well,
it.
and you can tell that it's got locals, repeat customers. The same people
Oh,
keep coming
yes.
back because everybody seems to always know each other. When you come in there, they seem to know your name or they remember you from being there before. I love that restaurant. It's amazing. Yeah. Good stuff.
So that leads us into High Branch Brewing Company. Yes, it's another brewery, and it is currently how it was in a different area, and they've expanded and moved to inside the Gibson Mill Market, where the food upscale market is. It's not a food court. Right below that, you can go down the stairs down there. That's where now High Branch is, and it's a family-owned independent craft brewery. It's run, let's see. They opened in 2015 because they had owned by, let's see. I said that like twice. The brewery is
That's
run by
okay.
husband and wife TJ and Maureen Crichton. I apologize if I messed that up. They were originally started as a home brewer in New England, and
Whoop,
then
whoop. A
I
little
know,
shout
yeah,
out to New
vintage.
England
Yep.
love.
They
Yours
started in
was
the
New
much
Hampshire.
smaller area of the mill, and then now they have moved to below the food court. So I've heard great things about High Branch, and they've also hosted some pretty interesting events there. Not at this particular location, but when they were in their smaller area. So definitely check them out for our beer lovers.
Yeah, I do. I will say I consider High Branch kind of like an upscale brewery. Like you're not gonna find, I mean, as is, I love Cabarrus Brewery too. Tend to have a little bit of different type of beer. Like one High Branch right now, it's called the Diamond or something like that. It's a hazy IPA. They've got like a orange sickle. They really branch out with their and they make small batch brews. I should say that too. And they do small batch release. And that means a lot to beer people. If you don't if you're not a beer person, you wouldn't know, but small batches and they just release and they only sell it for the time that they have it, and you're either in or you're out. So you have to know about it. You have to want to be there and get it while it's still around. And sometimes small batches are gone within a day.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, I didn't know anything about that. So that is
Yeah.
interesting.
And they bottle it. They will do samples and tastings. And then they also have 4-packs to sell. And like I say, their 4-packs, I want to say are like 15 plus bucks. It is high end beer, but it's delicious. It's definitely worth it.
Nice.
Okay, so now we're moving on to Iron Axe Society. So who likes axe throwing?
I've never been. Have you been axe throwing?
I have. We should definitely go. It's so much
Okay.
fun. You have to have closed-toed shoes. That
Which
is a
half the
rule.
time, glad you said that because I'm always in sandals or flip flops.
Yeah, so Concord's first indoor axe throwing range designed to entertain the most adventurous people. And it's essentially is what they're saying. Axe, in case you don't know what axe throwing is, it's a combination of darts and bowling. You're essentially just taking an axe and lobbing it across the room you're trying to get it into the center ring. They also do have leagues, which are part of the World Axe Throwing League. Like this is like pretty serious. Like
I
people
thought
get
that
all
was
into
really
it.
interesting that they had leagues because, like you said, it's similar to bowling and dart. Like you can get together and do this.
Yeah, but what's the funny part is you're allowed to have alcohol and stuff in there too. So it's a nice, interesting combination. I'll say it's not cheap though. I will say it's around $25 a person for an hour. But after an hour of axe throwing, you're pretty much done. So it's a unique experience and a lot of fun. I definitely think we should go and highlight it. It's funny. I enjoyed it.
I would absolutely try it. But yeah, I could see after an hour, after lifting that axe up over either your shoulder or your head, however you throw it, I could see your arms being tired.
Yeah, honestly, it's more fun to go in a group when you've got several people. And so then you're taking your turn and then you're making fun of, I mean, watching everybody else do their do their
Yes.
turn. So I really I enjoyed it. I do like it's not something I would do on a regular basis, but it's fun for the novelty of it for sure.
Right. So after you're done axe throwing, head on back over to the Gibson Mill Market and check out Johnny Robert Rogers Barbecue and Burgers. Now, I've had this because they actually have one on the corner right beside my house,
They
and
do.
we go there often. Their sweet potato fries are by far my favorite that I've around. I will absolutely get sweet potato fries every time I go there. But they are a family-owned classic American comfort food restaurant. They are counter service food joint offering hand-pulled barbecue, burgers, hot dogs, classic American side, soup, salads, and they serve soft serve ice cream. I absolutely love their food. It is very, I would
And
say,
it
traditional American heavy hamburger barbecue. Their hot dogs, you can get it loaded with everything. Like it is
But
yummy.
I will say, if you're not into red meat, they also have, or I mean, I know pork is barbecue, but they also serve like grilled chicken sandwiches
Yes.
and stuff like that if
Mhm.
you're more of a white meat person. So I've eaten their chicken sandwiches before and they're delicious. So
You can't go wrong with Johnny Rogers.
correct. And then that takes us to a Lifeline Christian Ministry, Charlotte Center. So essentially, what this is it's a nonprofit organization dedicated to fighting food insecurity and both locally and globally. So what they do is essentially make meals and package them up and they ship them off or they serve them locally to people that need food, people that are struggling with
Food
eating,
insecurities.
like
Yeah.
yeah, food insecurities. Yeah, so great organization. We'll put a link in there. You can donate, you can volunteer. If you're local, you can volunteer to help package up the food and ship it out and stuff. So overall, great organization. I haven't really done much with them. I haven't volunteered with them, but we can definitely drop a link in there because I think that's amazing. Anything you're doing to help other people less fortunate than you is absolutely we'll back that for sure.
Yeah, and this was unique to see in there because I didn't know that that was even in the Gibson Mill area that they had this nonprofit working there or volunteering there. So I thought that was a really cool thing that they had.
Yeah, absolutely.
So after you volunteered and you have done your civic duty and you're helping out your neighbors, head over back to the Gibson Mill Market because again, this place has such a
They
variety
have
of
so much.
food.
Yes.
Check out Livy's Neapolitan Pizzeria. Bringing back classics and a bit of new school to the table is of what they say. They're specialized in a Neapolitan style pizza. I don't know what that is. Do you? I've never had that, I don't think.
Well, I've never eaten here. But I think it's kind of like well, I don't know if it's really like the Brooklyn. I always think of it as like the big thin slices of pizza, but I haven't eaten here. So I can't vouch for that, but their line is always really long and that's a good sign.
So we should check it out because of course, when I think Neapolitan, I'm thinking ice cream. So we should go check it out because I have no idea what style of pizza
All
this
right,
is.
well, we'll take one for the team and we'll check it out and
Yeah.
we'll report back to you. Stat. Um, oh, so the other cool thing that they have here that it's very unique is Luck Factory Games. So it's a board game cafe. And that's down on the lower level. And it's any kind of board game you could ever imagine. If you want to go in and play board games, it's a rainy afternoon, you not got much going on, you pop in there and they do have puzzles and stuff too, but they're board games, they've got cards, they've got any kind of game you might want to play. And you go in and you pay a fee. It says their expansive library of more than 1,000 games. Daily admission is $8 plus tax per person. Premium game tables, like I guess a party table, $10 per party. And like I said, we'll put the links in there. They have weird, I call them weird. You're like, I've played all those games.
Well, yeah,
So they
we
have
were looking at this because I've been trying to go here, but it just hasn't fit in my schedule. Because I subscribe to their Facebook page, so I get to see like their events that they're hosting. And one of the things that I really want to learn how to play well, because I've tried it with a group that didn't really wasn't into it, is Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm very intimidated to go in because this is such a serious, people have worked really hard on their character, their building and all of that. I don't want to come in as a noob and be like, mess everything up. So that's on my I want to say bucket list, because that is one of my things, is to go in there and really get into Dungeons and Dragons. But they offer other types of group play as well. Um, so they have their,
Yes.
go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead because you honestly know more about these games. I know nothing. I'm not a Dungeons and Dragons. The only thing I know that is from Stranger Things by watching that show.
Yeah. So some of their events they have like coming up is like on July 11th, they have looking for a group open gameplay. Here's where you guys come in, you pay your $8, you join them around 6 o'clock, and as a group, you decide to play what game, or you decide on what game to play. And then they have the Factory game teachers there to help you do kind of what you want to do.
Oh,
Learn
so
the
you're
game
getting
process.
schooled? You're
Oh
getting
yeah,
schooled on how to play Dungeons and
they have
Dragons?
teachers that will walk you through. This is why I follow them. I love to see what's going on. I just haven't been able, one, I haven't either been fit it in, or I've been too intimidated to go on their specific game nights because I'm a newbie at it and
Yeah.
I don't want to walk in not knowing anything.
This is
So
gonna have to be a not Suitcase Divas.
yeah, I'll go
You're
eventually
on
on
your
my own
own
and
level.
report back,
I
but
love you
it's
so much. Yes.
but on July 13th they have Star Wars Edge of Empire, the RPG game that they do. Ultimate Werewolf is also July 13th. I think that one's in the evening. They actually offer prizes with that. I have played Werewolf. It's
Do you
fun.
like dress up like a werewolf?
No, I mean, sometimes they may actually have that because you know me, I will absolutely dress up for anything, even if it's to get into a character like that. But I don't think you don't have to play this game. It's a card game. And we played it at our house before. But I love that they offer prizes because it's a fun, quicker one. And then they have Dungeons and Dragons where they get together. They have various days and times that they schedule this to try to meet with. Just haven't been confident enough to walk in. And then they even have a teen only group, which I thought was really nice.
That is
do.
cool because it's a
Yeah.
nice place to go that they're not getting into trouble. We're not like looking at drugs and alcohol. So I think that's a cool setting too.
Yeah.
The one thing I could get behind that I've done before, I think we did it in the Moms Club way back when, is like a murder mystery where you get a character and you
Mhm.
get to dress up and you know what your part is. That I could be down for.
Yeah. I love
But
murder mysteries. Yeah.
yeah, we should totally throw one of those soon.
I have like boxes of the games and I've purchased them. Like, so I
All
have
right, well
boxes
then
that I
let's get
bought
it
and then I've
on.
ordered ones online and put them together. All
All right,
right. So
we're gonna put that together.
put that on our post-it note. All
Yes,
right. So after
perfect.
we played some more games, let's go upstairs because Luck Factory Games is actually
You have to have a
downstairs
big appetite.
of the Gibson Mill Market. Although they also Luck Factory Games do have their own snacks and drinks there. But
I did not know that.
if you want to go upstairs, you can hit Taco Street, which
Taco
is
Street.
traditional, made from scratch Mexican street style food. Um,
I've
the
had their bowl. I've had a bowl and it was amazing.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there. Because they make it right there. You can get it kind of tweak your bowl the way you want it, your taco the way you want it. So definitely check that one out.
Yeah, yummy food. I've had their food and it's delish. Then after you've had your fifth meal of the day,
Right.
and then you want to drink a little more, you can head over to the Market Bar. So they're known for craft cocktails, wine, and beer. It's just a big old beautiful bar.
It
And in
is
fact, I
beautiful.
wish that I may have taken a picture. One of their walls is like all flower print, and then they've got a big screen TV and stuff. But it's a beautiful bar, and then you can just get just a variety of cocktails. National Mojito Day is July 11th, FYI. They will be serving that there. And my favorite, National Red Wine Day, is on August 28th. So I will see you on the 28th at the Market Bar.
Absolutely. Yes. So, if you actually want to get some work done or just try out some interesting videography type things, check out the Paper Theater Studio, also located in the Gibson Mill area. It's a photo, video, and podcast rental studio. It's an inclusive where they it's designed to accommodate both large scale productions and aspiring content creators. They offer versatile space to cover everything. If you check out their website, they have backgrounds that you can put up. I think you rent them. They have the equipment that you need. I believe they even offer editing, or they might have the editing services, because we've sort of checked into this because, hello, we're podcasters. If we could kind of get into a studio, that would be awesome. There is a cost. Just check that out.
Yeah.
But
It's
their
not a
team,
nominal cost.
yeah, their team has years of experience in the media industry, including video production, photography production, 2D and 3D animation, 3D visualization, and audio production. So if you're doing something, making audition tapes,
Yeah.
as we know from Shelby Starr, our previous guest, they have to now record their own audition tapes and send them
Yeah.
out. If you're doing something like that, hey, go check out the Paper Theater Studio and see if they can help you make your video a step above, make your audition tape just
Yeah,
a
help
little bit
launch your
better.
career. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Check them out. So the next one would be the escape room. There is an escape room, and I've never done an escape room. Have you?
Oh, yeah, I love escape rooms, and I have not done one here. And when we were doing the research for this, I was very interested in how theirs is slightly different than one, so I'm
Okay,
excited to try it
so
out.
it says our escape room is next generation, no locks and keys, fully themed interactive activity with an exciting storyline. It's like being an adventure where you're the hero. You have an hour to take in the beautiful scenery, solve puzzles, and have fun. So then it says they have unique missions that start with a backstory about the world being in turmoil and needing to use spacecrafts to get off Earth. So the Valkyral, is that
Val
how you say it?
Carroll, because it's named after two scientists, Valerie and
Oh.
female scientists. I love how they threw that twist in.
Oh, I do see that. Valerie and Val Carroll heads into space. Fast forward to 3049, Val Carroll's ship is failing and they need to head back to Earth. So then you have three different missions, escape rooms that you can get involved to get safely back to Earth. They've got a hidden lab mission, crystal cave mission, sabotage mission, and then they have one where it says, oh, this is not an escape room, but they're hosting a game show. And I think we don't have dates for that because it's just a new thing that they're starting,
yeah.
right? We just saw the little
QR code, which when we
yes.
looked into this, what I liked about this, if you're into escape rooms, this was slightly different because it does all three of their escape rooms revolve around getting that Val Carroll ship back to Earth. So it's going to be continuous. I loved that concept. What is new, or I don't know, fairly new,
It seemed new, yeah.
is their game show. It's a game show arena where you go in with a group of friends and they provide the host and you play game shows you've seen on TV. So we should host a Divas night there and get some people and do some game shows, do some trivia.
Ooh, that would be fun. Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
should do that for sure. Obviously.
But overall, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, kind of like final thoughts are, this place has a lot going on. Like I said, we're right outside of Charlotte. So if you're looking for a super fun place, check out the events, especially Cabarrus Brewery's always got like live music going on, and it's a really great atmosphere. And you can bebop between all of those. You really could spend a whole day and evening hanging out and checking out several things in this one location where you don't have to drive from point to point. That's just all here for the taking.
Right. There's something for everyone at this location. And you probably want to spend more than a day there because it's going to take you a day. It could potentially take you a good bit of the day to walk through the antique mall by itself. So stop by, grab your coffee and a pastry, head over to Antique Mall, grab a mimosa on the way back from either like High Branch or Cabarrus, and then go visit everything else and wrap up the night playing some games, throwing some axes, do an escape room, and end up back at Cabarrus Brewery or one of those, or at the Market Bar, and just make a great weekend of it.
Yeah, there's a ton of things to do in that area. So we are very blessed, I would say, to have all of these really cool places that we can go to in our backyard, you know?
Absolutely.
So I would say Gibson Mills area is super fun. If you're ever in our neck of the woods, you should 100% check it out. It's Suitcase Divas certified. 2 thumbs up.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, then you all have a great day. That wraps up this episode. 40 is out.
Bye, guys.